Welcome to the new kitchen. I had a really beautiful kitchen at my old apartment, but it was kind of dark and had dark colors, and I've always dreamed of having a white kitchen, and now I got it. And this has been my biggest project in here thus far. It took a lot of work, and I had a lot of very generous help, and it's almost exactly the way that I wanted for the space that I was given. So, oh, and on a side note, this is the second room of my apartment tour, and I'm remodeling a bunch of different rooms, so make sure that you click the subscribe button so that you don't miss all the rest of the rooms. Again, this room was almost finished before I started filming the remodels, so I didn't get to get everything on tape, but I still have a lot of stuff to show you. Okay, so let's start over here at the backsplash. Don't look too close or you'll see all the reasons why we don't do this stuff professionally. My mom and dad spent so much time helping me install this, and this wall in particular was actually a really big project because for some reason there were a bunch of boards back here. Nope, just one board. I wanted to take the board off so that the tiles back here would be flush with the wall. So I had my dad remove the board, and there was a big hole, just a giant hole. So we quickly figured out why the board was there. But my dad had a good solution of putting some backer board up here. So he put that up and we put the tile on and everything worked out great. Now the tiles, I feel like they look expensive, but they came from Home Depot and they came in a package of 8, I think. And the packages were like $5 to $6. And they're marble. So I feel like that's a good price. I don't know much about that stuff, but it seems pretty good. And they're not pure white, they have a little bit of gray in it, but I liked that because it still really brightens up the room a lot, but gives it just a little bit of texture. I had to be particular though with picking the tiles because some packages had like dark gray tiles in there. And those, I didn't do such a good job distributing them over there. And I knew that this spot was gonna be like my background for filming. So I picked all of the best tiles I could find and put them all in this spread right here, which means I had a lot of leftover dark gray tiles, and those ended up on that side. And I think I put way too many in. So this spot looks better than that spot, but they still flow together. So I was really upset about it at first, but now I like it. I think it looks good. So there's just a couple things left to do over here. So there's a little bit of a gap under here where my dad needs to caulk. I don't know how to do that. And then I have this little molding here. I want him to put up at the top. There's some on the other side if you saw that. It just gives it a cleaner look. And up under the sink, I'd really like to put a light. Up under the sink. Up under the sink. That doesn't make any sense. And up here, above the sink, under the cabinet, I'd really like to put a light. I just think it just adds a little bit of something when you have the light over the sink, and I feel like it'll motivate me to do dishes. All of the cabinets and the appliances were brand new when I moved in, which was really nice. Although there was a melted Klondike bar in the freezer. So the countertops are cheap. They're like the Formica, but they were brand new too, and it's a good color. It matches everything. I got all of my hardware off Wayfair, and my dad put them in for me. I just told him where to put them. It took a little bit longer than usual because he didn't realize that the little nubs at the end of you know what I'm saying? The very end of the part where you screw it in. He didn't realize that they're supposed to go through the cabinet. He thought they were supposed to stick out. Can you tell everybody why we're working on these drawers again? He thought that he had the wrong size screws and that Wayfair messed him up. And
I need more washers.
For those ones too?
Yeah.
And throughout the whole kitchen, he only made one of the handles crooked. Now I can't remember if I decided to go with the gold hardware because it's a gold accent in the house, or because I just wanted gold hardware. Either way, I really like it, and I especially like the gold. I think because typically in white kitchens you see people and they have like the stainless steel appliances and a little bit of gray. They go with the silver hardware. I feel like it's common. So the gold gives it a little bit of pizzazz, and I feel like it's a little bit of a feminine touch too. Now the Pinterest-inspired eat wall that I was obsessed with at my old apartment is still alive over here. This really was like my favorite part of my apartment, so I had to keep it. Oh, my dad thinks it's funny to switch things around when he comes into my apartment and I'm not here. So that is why you see the 8 wall. He also snuck this into my closet when I wasn't home. But I'm so used to that stinking head popping up everywhere that it doesn't faze me anymore. It's like it's this ongoing thing to stick that head places. The one thing I changed over here was this little section. This is where I used to hold my chalkboard, but I got these little planters instead that also have gold accent, and then I moved my chalkboard over to this spot. Sometimes I'll actually write things on it, but most of the time it just has whatever I put on it from my last video. So, Incredibles 2, superhero masks, lollipops. The chalkboard itself is nice because it's a little farmhousey, and then it's got the black, which matches the other black stuff. Then right down here is the island that my dad built me that I use for all my videos. Kitchen wise, it's in a really good spot. I like it here. It gives me some extra counter space because there isn't a whole lot in here. It also gives me some extra storage because my dad, he built some shelves on this side, and then there's some cabinets on this side. I fancied up the cabinets a little bit with some new knobs. The only problem is I think they might be doorknobs because when you open it, they stick out like a lot. But the good thing is nobody really will ever notice it unless you open it or you talk about it on your YouTube channel. There are some long cabinets over here that I'm very thankful for. There's no real pantry in here or closet or anything, so these provide me like with quite a bit of storage. And my other cabinets are filled with like dishes and spices and things, so this is a good place for me to put my food and then like extra stuff, my blender, my other equipment, things like that. And then storage under my sink cabinet. This is where I keep my cleaning supplies, including my NORWEX stuff. NORWEX, if you've never heard of it, is the best thing in the world, the best stuff to clean with. I will never, ever buy anything else besides NORWEX. My friend CJ got me hooked on it, and I really thought it was going to be a bust, but it is just the greatest stuff. I don't even know. Basically, it's chemical-free cleaning, which is really good for you, good for the environment, good for your health. If you're interested in trying this stuff out, I can give you her contact info. But trust me when I say it is amazing how well it cleans. But anyway, you have to let them hang to dry, so I put some command hooks in here. And then throughout the rest of the kitchen, I just have like little decor things, like my utensil canister. Actually, in this canister, I only put the utensils that match the rest of the kitchen, and then I put all of the fun colored stuff in this drawer. So I've had this canister for a long time, actually. I remember I saw it on Amazon and really liked it, so I just bought it. I really like the black and white feel for kitchens. It's like, it's clean, and it's like cottagey almost. But I also like it because they're neutral colors, so you can use whatever accent colors you want, whatever decorations, seasonal decorations, flowers. I don't know. It's neutral, so you're not committed to like green countertops and then wine colored walls. Mom. And then here's another addition to the gold accent. This little gold pineapple. I was just walking through Target, saw it there, and they're actually shot. They came in a set of 2. These are shot cups. Then I got a black napkin holder with white napkins. I've got a black and white vase, white cabinets, black countertops, and then over here I got this like black farmhouse bucket type thing. Sorry. This is just where I keep my onions and garlic and stuff. Well, I got this, let me start with this. I got this for half off at Hobby Lobby. And I couldn't tell, I didn't know why it was on sale, but then I saw in the back there was this big dent. So I thought that was why. But then I took a closer look. The P over here looks like it was written in with permanent marker. So I don't know if that factored into the sale price as well. One other thing I would like to get in here eventually is one of those mats that you stand on when you're doing dishes for comfort, because this tile is like not nice to my feet. And the last thing I'll point out is the paint. So I don't know if you can tell on camera, but when I bought this paint, I actually thought it was a very light gray color. And I tested it out and I liked it, but then when I bought it in the satin finish, it turned into this light blue-ish color. And I was originally so mad about it because it took me forever to paint this with all of the trim and just so many little nooks and crannies. So I was really angry. But once it all came together, I actually kind of grew to love the color. And I think it looks really nice. I also wish I could switch that sink out to a farmhouse sink. But I'll save some things for my own house. This is just an apartment, I have to remember that. And I think that about covers the kitchen. I think this is probably my favorite room. I think because I worked the hardest on it and it had the most dramatic change from when we first started. So here is a look at the before. And the after. And that's it. I know I didn't mention much about the cost and where I got everything from like I did in the living room tour, so if you want to know that stuff, just let me know. Again, don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss any of the other rooms. Leave a comment and let me know what video you want to see next, and I will see you guys next time.